Good morning. My name is Johnine Powell. I am the daughter of Laureen and John Powell and the granddaughter of the late Fred Schweitzer and Ora Schweitzer from Nicodemus, Kansas. I am here to talk about Nicodemus Historical Emancipation Celebration. We will be celebrating our 148th year. Dates are July 30th, 31st, August 1st, and 2nd. Nicodemus is a town where 12 years after President Lincoln's, slaves freed the slaves. Of course, when you're a slave, you didn't have any money, so it took them 12 years to save money. And some couple of ministers and a businessman came to Sadieville, Lexington, Kentucky area and said, "Ho ho, let's go to Kansas." Well, it took like $5, and we talked about the 1877 experience. And that's when they relocated to Nicodemus, Kansas, and homesteaded. You lived on the land; it's yours. You farmed it. First year they got there, it was late September. Couldn't do any planting because it's too late. So our first year, we were blessed to have Indians that would come through, and if they saw smoke coming up out of the ground, because they had dugouts to sleep in, and they would drop off food and skins, animal skins for warmth, to keep our ancestors warm. And so some of our ancestors did return to Kentucky, but for those who stayed, they made it work. And now we're here up to our celebrating the 148th year this year of our family that stayed, and we have this Black town west of the Mississippi still alive and thriving, which is our theme this year for the 148th Emancipation Homecoming Celebration. Dates are July 30th, 31st, August 1st, and 2nd. We will start off Thursday evening, 6 o'clock, with the meet and greet, jeans and beans, casual beginning. We will fellowship with food, friends, and family. So come on out and start us off and get to know us, and just have fun. We will listen to our Angela Bates, who will give us her annual report from the Historical Society. Then we will go into movies, and we might just have some popcorn and drink. So that would be Thursday evening. Friday morning, the Clark family is hosting our cowboy breakfast. And it's a basic breakfast. Cowboys, you think about them on the prairie. What kind of food did they have to eat? Well, if you look at Wagon Train, it might be whatever he could come up with. After the cowboy breakfast, Kids Corner would be set up and ready to roll for children who are on site. Our cousins from Colorado come and make sure that is very well set up for the children. We have a dunk tank. We have a little bouncy house for the kids. The Discovery Zone from Topeka comes out. So kids usually don't want to go home because they're having so much fun. So the kids really have a ball over there in their corner. We will have some programming Friday in the Township Hall. The Kansas Black Farmers Associations will have I think they're having a regional meeting on site. And then going to our evening, we have karaoke in the evening. Our DJ will be playing. And then we'll just enjoy each other's company for Friday evening. Saturday morning starts off with a 5K run, a pancake breakfast, which is hosted by the Kansas Black Farmers Association. We will have a parade at 11 o'clock. After the parade, there would be a special presentation this year to honor our veterans, all of the descendants that served from our connecting links will be honored. We will have a Of course, again, the vendors in the park will be open and ready to serve lunch. Um, I don't know if we have any special vendors coming this year, but come out and talk to them. We usually have Diamond, who does I don't know how hot it's going to be, but he has a snow cone um, vendorship that he has there, and then other people that come and bring their wares and like to share what they present. There's a hospitality table. Come and register. Let us know that you're there with us this year so we can get your information so we can keep in contact with you throughout the year and make sure we can invite you back for the next year. There will be silent auction. There will be raffles to see what, come over and look and see if there's something that you might want to buy. And that money goes back into our programming to keep Nicodemus thriving and alive. Going into Saturday afternoon, we will have a watermelon feed, a fashion show, uh, Norma Jean Jackson will do her um, a live family tree where we talk about connecting links, who's kin to who, and how you're connected. Early Schweitzer Rupp will talk about the Landmark District Association. She will share with you where your land is. I know some people have purchased land, some have inherited land, and if you don't know where it is, Erlise will be able to let you know where it's located. So come out and know and find out where your land is earmarked, so you'll know. If you're paying taxes on it, know what you're paying taxes for and the location. Going into the evening, our DJ will be playing music, and we have a special presentation from a young lady from Kansas City that's coming out to share her talents with us. And then we'll just enjoy the evening hours in Nicodemus, Kansas, into the night. The young folks wanted to go to 2:00 a.m. Well, I'm sure some will be out there partying because they're celebrating cousins, family, friends, and having a great time. Sunday morning, we will worship at the Nicodemus First Baptist Church. Following that service, we will meet at the Township Hall to have a lunch and to farewell to our guests, friends, and family who will be traveling back home, and look forward to seeing them next year for the 149th year of our celebration. Not like 50, 60 years ago when our grandmothers and aunts were alive in Nicodemus, where all we had to do was show up because they had everything ready for us. Now that they're all gone to glory, we are doing Zoom calls across the country. We've got our president living in Wichita, Kansas, our vice president living in Wisconsin. I'm in Topeka. We got cousins in Colorado, Texas, Virginia, Iowa, all over the country. But we are going to keep Nicodemus alive and on the minds of America. We try and tell our story to our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, so that they'll know where they've come from, where they're going. You might find out some more history about your ancestors. We invite family, friends, and whoever would like to come out and visit with us and celebrate during the weekend. And I tell my folks, I said, if you can't come every year, come every 3 years so your children, grandchildren can meet their relatives and have that connecting link. Everyone is welcome to come to celebrate with us. The more the merrier. Bring your children to learn about some Kansas Black history. It's alive. You don't have to read it in the book. You can see it happening in the present. In its heyday, there was like, I think it grew to like 600-700 people. We had They had grocery stores, we had lawyers, we had mercantile, where you could buy your goods for your homes, schools. My mother was a teacher out there for a little while. And back then, you could go to school for a year or two, college. She went to Kansas Wesley. She could go back and teach for a while and then go back to college. But we've had our family has many educators in our family, and athletes, of course. The men, they were farmers, so they would be in their jean overalls and dusty and crusty. Their biggest meal was like breakfast and then lunch, because they had been out in the fields half the day, and when they come in at lunchtime, I mean, it would be like a spread. We're talking like fried fish, potatoes, rice, green beans, and cornbread, the whole 9 yards. And I'm thinking, but they were going back out to do another half day of work in the fields. So, yeah, the women, of course, and you've seen some of the pictures of them dressed up in the two-piece suits and the hats, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, and so yeah, but it was theirs. It was theirs. They owned it. It was theirs. They didn't have to say yes, or they could walk to their own beat. There was like the maybe 4 families that were like really the nugget to the spread, but there were other families that came that had the finances, to come when our folks came out in 1877. And actually, there was some families that came out 2 years prior to that, but our group, our family descendants, came out in 1877. God, everybody can't say they have family and connections like that because they don't keep track. But ours, I have to say, we know each other. Cared enough to come back to little Nicodemus, Kansas.